Okay, so now we're going to talk about multiplying or dividing by negative numbers. So if you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by the same negative number, your resulting statement will not be true. So what we have to do is we need to reverse the sign of the inequality. Let me show you an example. So if we have negative 2 is less than 4, which is true, negative 2 is less than 4, and now I want to multiply both sides by negative 1. So negative 2 times negative 1 is less than 4 times negative 1. What's our answer? 2 is less than negative 4. Now, is this true? Is 2 less than negative 4? No. So this is not true. Well, let's do that again. Let's go. Negative 2 is less than 4. And now I'm going to multiply both sides. Negative 2 times negative 1. Reverse my inequality sign. 4 times negative 1. Now, I'll have 2 is greater than negative 4. And this is true. Awesome. So let's talk about the properties of these inequalities. So for multiplication, if we multiply both sides of if we multiply both sides of an inequality by a negative number, we must reverse the inequality symbol for the statement to be true. And we just did an example. I'll show you another one quick. Alright, well, I just showed you an example, so I'm going to write it out with variables. So if A is greater than B, and C is less than 0, then A times C is less than B times C. You see, I reversed my inequality sign because I had a negative number. So now with division, it's going to be the same thing, but just if you divide both sides of the inequality by a negative number, you must reverse the inequality symbol for the statement to be true. So let's look at this with division. If A is greater than B and C is less than 0, meaning that C is a negative, then A divided by C, switch your sign, is going to be less than B over C. Okay? So make sure that you write down this part over here, where if you divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you must reverse the inequality symbol for the statement to be true underneath division, and then show your example there. And then it's very important, I'll show you in a second. So it's very important that we only switch our sign if we're dividing by a negative. Do not switch your sign just because you see a negative in the equation. Make sure you only do it if you're dividing or multiplying by that negative. Let me show you an example of that. So if we have 4x is less than negative 24, we do not switch our sign here because what are we going to divide by? We're going to divide both sides by 4. I am not dividing by a negative, so I'm not going to switch my sign. I only switch my sign if I'm dividing or multiplying by a negative. So this is just going to be x is less than negative 6. We do not switch our sign. Okay, so now we're going to solve these inequalities and graph our solutions. This would be for number 7. Negative 12x is greater than 84. And divide both sides by negative 12 to get x by itself. And I'll have x, switch my sign, is less than negative 7. Put that on a number line. I'm going to leave my dot open. I'm going to shade everything less than negative 7. Simple enough? Look at number 8. Negative 8 is less than or equal to x divided by negative 3. Okay, so on this one I have a negative 3 in the bottom. I'm going to multiply both sides by a negative 3. These will cancel out. So I'll have negative 3 times negative 8, 24. Switch my sign is greater than or equal to x. Let's put that on a number line. So this is one of those, this is one of those where you gotta, make sure you pay attention to which side of your inequality your x is on. Because this is saying that 24 is greater than or equal to x. So I'm gonna make this 24, and I'll make this 25, make this 23. 24, shade that in, is greater than x. So it's going to be everything less than 24. Okay? So then you guys have a couple U tries there. And then I'm just going to go right into the application problem right away. So this would be for number 11, where Jill has a $20 gift card to an art supply store where 4-ounce tubes of paint are $4.30 each after tax. What are the possible number of tubes of paint Jill can buy? So what information do we know here? I know that she has a $20 gift card. And I know that she wants to buy tubes of paint that cost $4.30 each. And so that's what I want to know. I want to know how many $4.30 tubes of paint I can buy with my $20 gift card. And so I'm going to have P as my variable, and that's going to signify paint tubes. Okay, so now I want to know the number, oh, this is the number of paint tubes. I want to know the number of paint tubes times $4.30 that's going to be less than or equal to $20. So my number of paint tubes times $4.30 per tube, how many of those can I buy that is less than or equal to $20? Divide both sides by 4.3, and P is going to be less than or equal to 4.65. Okay, so now she can only buy whole tubes of paint. She cannot buy 0.65 tubes of paint. So what are the choices of number of tubes that she can buy? So anything less than 4, or 4.65. So she can buy 0 tubes of paint, 1 tube of paint, 2 tubes of paint, 3, or 4. And that's all going to be less than or equal to $20. Alright, you guys have one more application problem to do on your own. Good luck.